Whoa, dude, calm down. Dude, you're going nuts. He's going crazy. These crickets have no chance. Those crickets are trying to climb the wall. Dude, are you okay, man? Like, slow down. What's up, lords and ladies? Welcome back to another video on this channel. So in today's video, we got ourselves 1,000 crickets inside of this box. Now, I figured instead of doing 1,000 crickets versus my bearded dragon kind of video, I decided this time around to give you guys a complete guide on how to feed a bearded dragons. So I'm going to be giving you guys some tips, some tricks on how to feed them. Now, this isn't a complete diet for bearded dragons, as I do plan on making another video based just on that, so definitely subscribe if you haven't, and that way any of you guys out there who are going to get a bearded dragon or who have a bearded dragon could basically get an understanding on what I do when it comes to feeding them. So with that being said, let's just get started with this video. Before we go, you already know what time it is. I don't think I've done this in a good while. We gotta zoom in. Woo, baby. How you doing, Wilbur? You doing good? He's looking down at the crickets like, you better give them to me. What are you doing? This is the biggest tease of them all. But honestly, I'm super excited to be giving some crickets to my bearded dragon. It's definitely been a good while since I've done it on this channel, even though I do give them to them almost very frequently, but I figured I would just give them in this style. So with that being said, let's get started with the video. So I got all of the crickets inside of my cricket bin, and there is about 1,000 in here, even though it may not look like there is much. Oh my god, that is a lot. Oh my god, I'm like, there isn't a lot. Then I open the next one, I'm like, holy snap. So when it comes to buying insects, I highly recommend to purchase them in bulk. Sometimes buying them from a pet shop could sometimes be a little bit expensive. This in total cost me about $25. So if you are going to buy insects, I highly recommend that you buy them in bulk. Now, before we get into the feeding, let's talk about supplements. Now, this is a topic that a lot of you guys have been wanting for me to talk about, and I think it's a very important topic. Now, if you notice over here, we got calcium without D3. Now, a lot of, YouTubers and people who talk about bearded dragons will always recommend that you get calcium with D3. And although D3 is very important, I also think that vitamins are just as important. So as you can see, we got reptile vitamins with D3. This is just something that I've been doing. I've been keeping the calcium separate with the D3, but giving them a multivitamin with the D3. But I also do have calcium with D3, so it's a bit of a confusion kind of thing. Personally, I could give you guys a little bit more on tips on this topic in another video, but if you guys are looking into getting vitamins, I highly recommend that you get yourself a multivitamin, and if you are going to, might as well get it with D3. That way, when you get your calcium, you get it without D3, and you could actually separate the two and actually give them on separate days, so they'll still benefit from getting the D3, but also benefit from the vitamins. Now, when it comes to supplements, what I do is I get myself a cup. In this case, this is one of my bubble tea cups, and I basically place the powder in here and the crickets, and I shake it up. With that being said, I do separate the days, like I mentioned. Some days is calcium days, some days is vitamins with D3. So This way is the way that I do it. Doesn't necessarily mean that the way you guys are doing it is different. I highly recommend that you cater your diet to your bearded dragon's needs. Some bearded dragons are super picky, do not want to eat other veggies and other insects, when other bearded dragons are really easygoing. In my case, my bearded dragons are pretty good when it comes to the variety of food that I give them. As you see in many of my videos, they eat just about everything. They even try to eat my finger a few times. But what I'm going to be doing right now is just putting some of this calcium. So I'm going to get 1 scoop, put it in here. And now we're going to get a little bit of this vitamin, and I'm just going to eyeball it to just about, okay, that's a good healthy amount. But I am gonna be feeding a lot of my reptiles this, and you know, this powder right here that I dust all the crickets. Probably gonna put the crickets like up to here, so it's just to lightly dust them. It's not to overdo it or overpower it. You do want to provide them a good source. So with that being said, let's go put in the crickets and feed my bearded dragons. Okay, so right here we got Brienne and Sansa. Now I'm going to be feeding them together. This isn't the enclosure that I normally feed them in. You know, I took everything out. This is mostly a way better place that I could actually record and get their reaction to eating. So girl, I know you want to be the star, but we gotta put you back. So I'm just gonna put some crickets in there, let them go wild. Oh yeah. Damn, they are definitely hungry. They're like eating the shit. Like one eats, the other one eats. Sansa, you having a good time over there? She's definitely having a good time. But that's one of the things that, whoa, these crickets are escaping. Oh my goodness. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. Oh no, where do you think you're going? Get back in there. Get back in there. Oh my goodness, I forgot to close this. But this has basically become like the bearded dragon feeding frenzy enclosure, where it's just completely empty and I just throw a bunch of crickets in there. But is there one on top of the roof? Like what are you doing? Now, there's not much that goes into feeding. You just throw crickets in there or you tongue feed. I do like to tongue feed. As you can see, they do walk on me when I do get the tongues out. Okay, girls, calm down. And this is a great way that you could socialize with your bearded dragons. Basically, just put your arm in there. Try not to get bit, even though they're pretty good. They recognize what is food and what isn't. But if they are really hungry, they might just try to, you know, try you and see if what you taste like. So I do like putting my arm in there and like just socializing with them. At the same time, I do like using these tongues instead of the other ones. They have this rubber tip on it, which if they do bite it, which so you could see many times, they're like just taking a big chunk out of it. Look at that. Oh girl, let go. It doesn't hurt them, because I did notice that the metal tips was a little bit too hard and it would actually hurt when they would bite it. And luckily I found these rubber tips, and yeah, they've been working wonders ever since. So I highly recommend that you guys, you know, feed with them if you haven't already. But these girls, I think they ate a little bit too much. But you know, I generally like giving them crickets and just throwing as much as I possibly can in there. But I do also have a routine that I don't give them too many things. I do give them mostly veggies at this age, but right now it is sort of like a feeding frenzy for them. They could pig out, but I'm gonna give them a break. That way they don't regurgitate and vomit it out, and move on to the next bearded dragon. Okay, so up next we got Wilbur. Now I'm gonna show you guys how much crickets generally he kind of eats. I'll get back in there. So he does eat quite a bit. I don't really count them. I kind of just get a good handful and give it to him. So I am just gonna place them all in here, and I'm going to start a timer. Whoa. So I started a timer, and I'm just gonna allow him to eat as much as he possibly can in one sitting. I like doing this from time to time. As I mentioned, it is a great way for them to kind of just like fatten up and pig out, and just, yeah, just enjoy themselves. They're having like a little feast. Look at them go. Dude, You okay? So if any of you guys were wondering why Wilbur is so buff, like look at him. He's literally like as if doing push-ups when he eats. He's like just has his arms out and everything. And I do plan on and that's honestly just how he always been. Wilbur just has long arms and he kind of just like sits flat like that. No matter what surface he's on, he could be on tiles if anything, and even carpet, and he kind of just like sits and bees like that. It's kind of cute to watch. Come on, what are you gonna eat? Yummy. That's how you know he's a happy boy, when he's like that, just doing the splits. See, he's holding himself up now, going around eating. Good boy, Wilbur. But I could already notice that he's starting to slow down a bit. So most likely what I'm going to do is just take him out, let him kind of digest the food that he has. You don't want to feed a bearded dragon too much, and that's why I recommend giving them this option where you just let the crickets run around and let them eat it. That way they get a little bit of exercise and a little bit they get stimulated, and they also are hunting for their food, versus you just tongue feeding them, because it can get them a little bit lazy and they will eat a lot more, but they will fatten up a lot faster and become super lazy. In this case, he's like, I don't want to chase crickets anymore. I'm kind of tired. Even though I know he's hungry, right? Are you hungry, boy? Not if you're hungry. Are you hungry? Yes or no? He's like, stop talking to me. So I'm gonna put in another bearded dragon to see if he can finish up the job. Okay, so we got Saturn here. And you can tell that he is super excited to go in here. Dude, okay, dude, you're gonna fall. Dude, okay, I'll let you in. Oh my goodness, whoa, dude, whoa. Jeez Louise, those crickets didn't have a chance. Oh man, whoa, dude, calm down. Dude, you're going nuts. He's going crazy. These crickets have no chance. Those crickets are trying to climb the wall. Dude, are you okay, man? Like, slow down. Slow down, man. You're going a little bit too crazy. He's gonna have no issue finishing up all of these crickets. There's just a few more in the background. But this is more or less what I do from time to time to feed them. I kind of just throw them inside of their enclosure. In this case, I threw it inside of this enclosure. It's completely empty. It's another method that you guys could do. Just give them kind of a feeding frenzy. Allow them to eat as much possible in 5 minutes, sometimes even 10 minutes, depending on the bearded dragon. So hopefully these tips helped out. There's only 2 more crickets left. And is he gonna finish it? Are you gonna finish it, dude? Come on, you got this. Ooh, he finished it. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video and learned a thing or two. It's definitely fun always feeding my bearded dragons, like I mentioned. But with that being said, that is it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I'm Lord of Lion. This right here is Saturn. That right there is Wilbur just looking down at you guys, being like, hey, did you subscribe yet? Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Peace out.
You gotta hit that notification, hit that notification, hit that notification button, baby. You gotta hit that notification, hit that notification.